Welcome to Episode 39, System and Information Integrity, Part 3, Evidence, Signals, Pitfalls. The focus of this discussion is proving that integrity controls are not only deployed but functioning as designed. Evidence demonstrates that protective, detective, and corrective mechanisms actually work day to day. Without proof, confidence is fragile, and risk management collapses into assumption. Integrity evidence must be both credible and traceable. It should show what was checked, when, and by which mechanism. Think of it as a health record for your systems: regular measurements, clear baselines, and visible trends. When evidence aligns with operational reality, integrity becomes observable, repeatable, and defensible across audits, incidents, and leadership reviews. From there, patch deployment success and timeline data verify that remediation programs close the loop. Each patch event should record when it was approved, staged, deployed, and validated. Success rates reveal how effectively fixes propagate through environments, while timelines show whether service-level targets were met. Imagine a weekly report that lists 98% of critical patches applied within 10 days and flags the remainder with owner and reason. Such data turns abstract policy into visible accountability. Track both success and delay. A pattern of late or incomplete deployments is itself an integrity signal. It highlights where process friction or inherited dependencies still weaken protection. Extending the evidence set, endpoint detection and response detections, along with blocked activity summaries, illustrate how the environment reacts to live threats. EDR tools log behavior-based detections, isolations, and prevented executions. Aggregating this data over time reveals both the threat landscape and the system's resilience. For example, recurring blocks of the same script in multiple regions may indicate an unpatched application inviting repeated exploitation. Summaries should show counts, categories, and response times. The goal is not zero alerts, but visible learning. Proof that detection rules fire when they should, and that blocked activity receives follow-up rather than silence. Building further, malware engine versions and update records prove that protection tools themselves remain current. Engines and signature files age quickly. An outdated antivirus database may recognize yesterday's threats but miss today's variants. Version evidence should include update frequency, last successful refresh, and any failed attempts. Consider automating a daily export from central consoles that logs version, host, and timestamp. When auditors ask whether defenses are current, show data, not screenshots. A stable record of on-time updates across months demonstrates a mature, maintained control rather than one that depends on luck or memory. From there, email filtering efficacy and tuning metrics show how well preventive layers adapt to changing attacks. Email remains a primary delivery path for phishing and malware, so evidence should track spam catch rates, false positives, and policy adjustments. For instance, a monthly dashboard might display how many messages were quarantined, released, or reported by users. If detection drops or false positives rise, tuning actions and retraining can be documented. Continuous improvement here matters. Filters that never change are as suspicious as ones that change constantly. Evidence of measured tuning shows awareness, responsiveness, and an understanding that adversaries evolve. Continuing the operational lens, input validation errors and their trends demonstrate application-level hygiene. Validation evidence should come from logs that capture rejected inputs, data truncations, or parsing errors. Rising counts in one module may indicate a newly discovered attack vector or sloppy coding that invites corruption. For example, if a web form suddenly logs hundreds of invalid entries containing script tags, it signals either testing activity or attempted injection. Tracking these metrics over time transforms what was once hidden developer detail into a clear integrity indicator. Systemic reductions show success. Sudden spikes show risk returning. Building on this, error handling logs and suppression records reveal whether systems expose or conceal critical issues. Robust error handling logs failure safely, avoiding both silent loss and dangerous overexposure. Evidence should include counts of suppressed errors, recorded exceptions, and handled recoveries. If logs show entire classes of errors disappearing after a code change, investigate whether the errors truly ceased or were simply hidden. Transparency and error reporting correlate strongly with integrity. Silent systems are not necessarily healthy systems. Evidence here should focus on balance, informative enough to support correction, constrained enough to prevent data leakage. From there, integrity monitoring alerts with provenance data close the loop between prevention and detection. Integrity monitoring tools track checksums, configuration baselines, or file signature changes, but provenance tells the story behind the alert. Provenance includes who made the change, through which channel, and under which approval. For instance, a checksum change accompanied by a documented deployment ticket is benign, while an unexplained change after hours demands escalation. Collect both technical details and contextual metadata automatically. Provenance makes integrity alerts useful evidence rather than unexplained noise, and strengthens trust that automated detections align with intended human activity. Extending accountability, tamper attempts, responses, and outcomes should be logged as first-class events. Tamper evidence includes both the detection of alteration attempts and proof of timely reaction. An incident where a log file was modified should include detection time, responder identity, containment steps, and result. Over time, aggregate metrics show whether tamper attempts are increasing and whether response remains within defined thresholds. Recording these sequences proves that integrity controls are active defense mechanisms, not passive checkboxes. The absence of data here is not comfort. It may indicate blind spots rather than peace. From there, exceptions, compensations, and waivers with expiration dates ensure that deviations remain controlled. Evidence should show which exceptions are still valid, their justifications, compensating measures, and scheduled end dates. For instance, a waiver delaying a patch for 30 days due to vendor testing must include proof that compensations, like heightened monitoring, were implemented. Automatic reminders and audit logs of renewals or closures demonstrate discipline. Exceptions without expiry are quiet failures. Documented expirations show governance in motion and integrity of process as much as technology. Building outward, provider attestations and verification artifacts extend trust across shared environments. Cloud and service providers often claim to enforce their own integrity controls, but those claims need proof through attestations, penetration summaries, or shared audit artifacts. Collecting these records shows due diligence in inherited responsibility. For example, a provider's signed report confirming code signing enforcement or baseline validation should be stored alongside internal evidence. Verification does not mean distrust, it means alignment. When your evidence portfolio includes both self-generated and provider-supplied artifacts, your integrity narrative becomes complete from end to end. From there, cataloging common pitfalls and maintaining remediation playbooks keep evidence quality high. Frequent weaknesses include missing timestamps, unsynchronized scanners, expired signatures, inconsistent naming conventions, or unreviewed alerts left unresolved. A remediation playbook should prescribe corrections such as verifying time synchronization, standardizing file paths, and automating report imports. Treat evidence handling like a control in its own right. Review it, test it, and learn from each failure. High-quality evidence takes practice. It does not emerge automatically from tools. By maintaining playbooks, teams convert past mistakes into ongoing improvements in both accuracy and confidence. In closing, integrity evidence must match operational reality to be credible. Reports, logs, and metrics should confirm what actually happens, not what documentation once claimed. When scanner coverage matches asset inventories, patch timelines align with change records, and monitoring alerts reflect real activity, integrity becomes visible fact. The goal is a consistent picture where data, process, and outcome agree. Achieving that alignment proves that safeguards are not theoretical. They are living systems of trust. With disciplined evidence and clear signals, organizations move beyond compliance into assurance, where truth about their systems can be demonstrated any day, not just declared once a year. Thanks for listening. For more audio courses, daily newsletters, and more, please visit DailyCyber.News.